actually brings us to the last speaker of this session, Cécile Huet, who is the head of the unit Robotics and Artificial Intelligence, Innovation and Excellence at the European Commission. This unit's task is to support robotics and AI developments within the European Union. And obviously its work is at the heart of the coordinated plan on artificial intelligence adopted by the Union recently. And Ms. Huet has been working in this unit from its very creation. I now ask our technical people whether the connection is working, because Madame Huet wasn't able to join us in person, so I would like to invite her to address us online.
Thank you, and thanks for this invitation. It's a great honor for me to be here with you today, and to have this opportunity to present what we do at European level to really help us all in Europe to facilitate the use of AI for the benefit of all peoples or society or companies. So. Thank you again for this. I will give you a bit of background where we come from, how we link the research innovation to the regulatory framework, and try to be more concrete about how we could build on what you have been presenting so far. As a background, we know for sure that AI can bring a lot of added value benefit as the one which were presented in the previous talk for citizen, business, or public interest. But we also know that there are potential risks. And this is why when it comes to safety, when you bring a system which is more autonomous, safety or fundamental rights are, as privacy and things like that. So that's why at European level, we develop this ecosystem of trust together, hands in hands, with the ecosystem of excellence. When it comes to the ecosystem of trust, you know that there is this ongoing development of the regulatory framework, namely the AI Act, where the goal is really to have a balanced approach between innovation and regulation, which means that we want to regulate or put a stricter rule on systems which are more risky than on those which are not so risky. So it's just to have a balanced approach and have this balance and depending on the risk approach. So some of the application we don't want to see them in Europe, so such as social scoring. So these are prohibited. The high risk one, which is the main topic of the regulatory framework, then we want to allow them, but under some conditions. And this is the core of the AI Act. And those which do not present risk, then there is no restriction. Uh, so, uh, Regarding the high risk one, what are the main, the main, let's say, rules or requirement that they will have to fulfill? And I want to present that in view of what we do in research and innovation. So, the requirement for high risk AI, they should make sure that they use high quality data, they document what they do. So the user must know what the system is doing and their limitation. There must be some sufficient level of transparency. You know that AI system can be seen as black boxes, but the user must know sufficiently about what the system, how the system works, and what it can expect from the system. Ensure human oversight, so the human is always in control and not controlled by the machine, and ensure robustness, accuracy, and cybersecurity. And this is where our research and development programs come into play to ensure that we progress into research and development to have systems which are more transparent, robust, accurate, and also secure in terms of cybersecurity. Uh, I have some problem to go to the next slide. Sorry. I have to come backwards. I apologize for that. There is some delays in my system, it seems. Okay. I hope you still hear me because okay. Okay. Now I go to the next slide. Okay, so what I wanted to explain now is what we do together with the member states in the context of the coordinated plan, which has also been mentioned in previous talks. So the idea of the coordinated plan is that we join forces with the member states, also building on what's done at member state level, so that all together, national level and EU together, we are stronger and make Europe really a place to be for AI. And it's very important that Europe masters well AI, so that the AI which will be, because AI is going to come anyway, but the AI that we want to see in Europe is the AI, the type of AI we want in Europe, which means that it's an AI which respects people, respect our value, and a trustworthy AI system. So this is why we, around those lines, that we define a coordinated plan together with the member states. And I just highlight here the main aspect of it. So on the one hand, we want to provide the enable conditions, such that providing high quality data with all the work we do in research development, and also the regulatory framework regarding data. We want also to provide computing capacity. So there are also a lot of initiatives regarding HPC, cloud, and so on. Now, regarding the second pillar, which is the one really directly um, directly targeting research, innovation, and deployment program. So we have a number of activities. I will come back to that. First, we work. We have developed a PPP, public-private partnership, on AI, data, and robotics, mainly working together with the whole community in AI, data, and robotics to develop a strategy for research, development, and innovation in those technologies. With our program, we support research capacities in terms of research and researchers' knowledge, but also infrastructure. We, in the context of the Digital Europe program, develop the testing experimentation facilities and the European Digital Innovation Hubs. I will come back to that in a moment. And then we also have funding schemes for SME startup, more investment schemes. Then we have a pillar which is about talent and skills. I heard you are also developing that nationally, but it's very important as well that you can benefit from additional resources, not only to develop, to fund programs to support the developers of AI, but also the users of AI. So in terms of reskilling, and also include in different curricula, which are not technology curricula, but the necessary skills in AI, so that people in those areas can also use AI, such as in healthcare and in any other kind of job you can have. And we also have then the trust, which is the regulatory framework. And finally, in last pillar, we have identified with the member state a number of key sectors that we want to work together with the member state in Europe to really help those sectors to take advantage of what AI can offer. So we have a number of funding program, being Horizon Europe, Digital Europe, but also the RRF, so Recovery and Resilient Facilities, and all the different funding you can have nationally or European ones. I will try to go to the next slide, but it seems that I just wanted to expand a little bit more regarding what we do specifically for AI, starting from, I'm continuing while my slides are coming. So this one here, okay. Starting with the PPP ADRA, so the Public-Private Partnership on AI, Data and Robotics. So it's very important for us to work with the whole community to define the strategy for research, innovation, and deployment of AI in Europe. This is why we have signed an MOU with ADRA. ADRA is the association representing the whole community from AI, Data and Robotics, researchers, and industry. So if you are not yet member of it, I would strongly invite you to become part of it in order to have your say in driving the priorities for research and development in Europe. This is the source of the prioritization of our funding in the Horizon Europe program. So this is why it's very important that you, who knows the best expert in AI in Europe, be it from academia or industry, are there and tell us where to invest, where to make the biggest impact for Europe to be a leader in these domains. Then, under the Horizon Europe program, we also have a number of instruments, the Standard Research and Innovation Project, but we also have these networks of excellence centers, and this is where we really capitalize on all your investment, all your top teams you have in your countries, and the goal is to join forces, so bring them together to work together and cooperate to progress faster in research and development so that Europe becomes a leader. So building on all your excellence and make them collaborating. So that's why it's very important that you continue your effort to develop those excellence centers. And what we want is really have a win-win situation where we capitalize on your investment, but in return, you are part of these leading network, which will make a difference in Europe, become also attractive at European level for talents, to keep them in Europe, to make them also have their excellence acknowledged in Europe and become attractive as well. So that's a very important initiative. We already have invested 50 million, and now we are launching two new networks of excellence: one in robotics and one in safe and secure AI. So that's and we are going to continue that. So that's very important. And then once those network will be funded, they need also, their duty is to help the rest of the European research to bring them to the top excellence level, so that Europe keep a leading role in those areas. Now, another tool we have developed is the AI on demand platform, which has started, and we expect and we hope them to keep continuing. On the one hand, to serve the research community as a platform to share results, again, reuse previous results, progress faster together in exchanging information. This should also help the researcher to publish, to compare results with other and things like that. But also, on the other hand, the other side of the AI on demand platform is there to promote innovation. So we will start in the context of Digital Europe program to fund the AI on demand platform, serving the need of the user industry. So bringing really products and services which are ready to be deployed. Next to that, we are launching very soon the testing and experimentation facilities. Big investment. We have four sectors: healthcare, smart cities and communities, manufacturing, and agri-food, where we want to really help the innovators to test their latest development in AI and in robotics, test them in real environment before being able then to deploy them. So this is a very important point, to an important support to those innovators, so that to increase the TRLs of their product and bring them to the market. So this is a new; it has not been done in the past. So we hope it will really help the innovation to happen in Europe. And the last tools we are developing are the European Digital Innovation Hubs, and their role is to help any companies or public services to take advantage of what AI can offer, or what digital technology, but in our case, AI and robotics, can offer in their own sectors, in their services, in their products, and so on. So when you see the whole value chain, we are supporting from basic research to really close to deployment the AI technology, and we count also on all what is done in member states. We want to have really this win-win situation where we capitalize on your investment and we bring forces together so that altogether we make Europe really a place to be for AI. And the ambition in the digital decade framework, we want to reach 75% of European industry to have taken up AI. So this is all what we put in place to make it happen. And yeah, here it was just to explain a bit the different thing we do under the different chapters. So you see in Horizon Europe, we continue supporting research, technological development, demonstration, piloting, proof of concept, few keywords. So we have programs to reinforce robustness of AI system, energy efficient or data efficient AI, transparency in AI, unbiased AI. So all these different support to research going in and making AI more trustworthy, but also AI used in very important sectors. So AI, data and robotics for the Green Deal, AI, data and robotics at work. So to support the workers, AI, data and robotics for the industry to improve the efficiency of our industry or empowering people. So really that to have, as I said at the beginning, AI for good and for all in Europe. And on the second pillar, you see on the right-hand side, the Digital Europe program, which is there to help bringing the result from research and development from research program to deployment with this program, which is about capacity building and deployment, capacity in terms of infrastructure, data, cloud testing, experimentation facilities, AI on-demand platform, but also skills, and also the European Digital Innovation Hub, really to bring the latest result of the technology to the end user and accompanying them to assess the value of this technology in their own environment. So thank you. That's all for my presentation. I hope you could hear. I saw some problems in the connection, but I hope eventually you could get the message. Thank you again for the opportunity.